Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Huncho, doing a quick little SPY recap again for you guys. We're gonna get right to it, make it real quick. So we took 3 trades today, and let's go ahead and look at the first one. We'll go ahead and look at the morning scan. So we had the SPY morning scan, and I said the main levels I'm watching was the 549.13 and the 551.27. And then I also wanted to add, instead of the 551.27 was 552, right? Because at the time I was writing this, uh, price was pushing up above it. So then that was my next level. But I mainly want to look at that while we're in that range at first. So I was looking for a breakout of this range so we can get some direction going on. Now, guys, when I look for a breakout, guys, I don't just push like I don't rush to try to get in a move. I like to look at how the action is once it breaks out of the range, and how it's moving. If it's too slow and it's too glitchy and it's not really convincing, I try to stay away from it. And just depending where it's at, of course. But we'll get right to it. So then the key pivots, the upside and the downside, of course, right? So there's that. So that was the morning scan. Not very detailed or anything. It was just really that range I was looking at. But if you had the levels down, they they did the job. So if we look at the key pivots, I always look at key pivots, guys. Now we could have taken puts right here, literally off of this flush. I know we could have took it. I just didn't take it because the price action in the open wasn't really convincing to me. It was pretty my bad. It was pretty slow, and I didn't really like the movement because we have like bear signals, and then boom, we get a big pump to the upside, and this is fishy to me. I don't really like jumping in moves when prices. I like jumping in trades when prices is moving like this. But then when we got this rejection of the key pivot, we got to move to the downside. Now here's the thing, guys. A lot of times we have levels that, or there's areas in the range that we don't have down, but we have to have them down after we see that it's being tested frequently. So as you guys can see, this range right here, this 549.80 area, I didn't have anything down, but that doesn't mean we should just ignore this area, and just hold our positions. No, when you see it moving like this, it's like, okay, we gotta really keep our eyes peeled on this range and this level. I was gonna have it down, but I kind of like just had it in my mind what I was gonna be looking at. I'll probably chart it later, but because that was a level where there was something going on there. We got the move up, and I think I had some puts here on my other account, my Weeble, my Lotto account. I didn't really call it because I wasn't really convinced about this move, and I wanted to look for a better entry for all of us, right? But yeah, I was red. I was in puts like right here, and yeah, I was pretty red majority part of the time. But then I ended up taking a little bit here and such. But yeah, that I was looking for a better entry. And then look, guys, we got this little push to the upside again. Now I don't know if you guys call this like fair value gap. I don't know what they call it. I think it's a fair value gap. I don't really use them like that. I guess that's what it is. But it's just a range that it moved back up to. It's tested. So I saw rejection off of there, and we called puts. This was the first play. So which was the it was the 548. Okay, the 546 puts. This was at 10. So when we called it at 10, it was right here. So like right around here, guys. I wanted to see a flush off the 551.27 because I saw that it was getting slow here, and it was, you know, pretty weak pushing up to the upside. And then we get swept by this candle, and we should have got a better entry at 552. I mentioned that. I mentioned that in the morning scan, the 552. That was a level that was more reliable instead of the 551. And we could have got a better entry if we would have entered right up here. If that would have been our entry, I would have held those puts even on this push up. I would have held them, but I didn't hold them up because I was down like almost like 40% off of this. And I was like, look, knowing me back then, yes, I would have held. I know I would, because I'm very biased on, like, the range. And I'm like, okay, I like this flush, guys. I saw it coming. I seen these days, and I know how SPY moves. Okay, so when I saw this action, I'm like, okay, if anything, I know that there's gonna be some form of push down or some flush going on. I just gotta look for a good entry. So I try to do my best to have a little bit of a stop loss going on, and I stopped out of them. And I know maybe you guys have, some of you guys held, which is just fine, and they ended up paying, but I didn't, and I took the loss. And just because I don't really want to have that in people's mind where, okay, just enter a position and just hold until you're green. It doesn't matter if you're red all day, but that's not really trading. That guy, that's gambling right there, and that's not what I really want to be having going on. Okay. And then with the second play that we had, my bad, guys, I'm kind of slow right now. I'm a little bit sick. But all right, so we called the 548 puts. This was at around almost 11, so this was 10:52. So we re-entered the puts. This was at a better entry. So then 48, what was it at? Okay, yeah. So we got in these puts at the top. The reason why I got in these puts, guys, was because, yeah, it wasn't under the EMAs, but the thing is, we were testing this. We were about to test the 552, and I was seeing some slow movement. Like, if you guys saw this whole candle was just staying there for a while, and it was struggling to push up, and the volume, look at that, was super low. And you see how it got swept and still low, and I'm like, okay, look, when you got really low volume, you're looking for a move down. I'm looking for some form of relief, and I got in the puts because and that was gonna be my stop above 552. If we would have broke above, okay, I would have got out, fine. But just because we're around this range, I wanted to get in puts, and I got in puts, and we got to move down. And right here, we ended up taking scales at 549, and then took a good amount off of 547. Then we ended up taking more down here. We ended up like taking the rest around here, somewhere around here. Yeah, somewhere around here I took the rest or something. I forgot. But yeah, I hold very light runners, guys. And majority of my position was at the key pivot. I don't hold the whole thing. I just like to hold a couple runners to get a little bit of change. But yeah, this was quick. The 548 puts, we got paid, and these went over. These went over. Yeah, these went 300%, guys. This was crazy. So these were a really good play here, And you could even got a puts right here off of this rejection off the 9. This was a better entry. You could have gotten puts, and boom. And then we didn't see no support around here because it just broke right through. So then support turned into resistance. We got the rejection, and we got the move down. So it wasn't, if we would have got the sweep back to the upside right around here, I would have just ended up taking the rest, because possibly could have bounced up again. But we saw that it broke under, and we just kept holding our position, right? So then we're gonna talk about the calls. Then we got the 549 calls. How did we get the 549 calls? All right, guys. I wasn't gonna play anything for the rest of the day, but I just saw this, and this was a easy setup, guys. These type of setups are like non-negotiables. You gotta jump in them. All right, like it's just easy. This is like a perfect entry. So we got to move to the upside, and I didn't have a level down here, so it was that was just pure price action. It did hold up. If we got to move, we got to hold above 546 as support. I didn't really pay attention to this move up. I was just like, whatever, who cares, because as you guys can see earlier, every move up was getting brought back down. So I just wanted to see, and then as you guys can see, we held above the key pivot, and then now we got to pull back into it, and we had the 9 EMA were there. So I was like, okay, this right here is a perfect setup. I'm like, we got the 9 EMA and the key pivot. So I'm like, okay, boom, easy. I'm getting calls. I got in calls, and this was a lot of position. And immediately when we got in, Nice push up. We got that. I love that. I love those candles. That little flag there. Boom. Then we got that push up. And we just rolled the 9, guys. And this ended up paying real nice. This was another 3-bagger right here. So yeah, this was quick. 300%. And they went over like almost 500%. Because I believe in Robinhood, when your contract is in the money, you're able to hold the position after 3:30. But I just took profit because one little pullback would have screwed me. So I was like, I don't care. But yeah, we ended up closing at like it was at like 300%. Then it was like 315, and then closed at like fully like 290%. Took majority out at 300%. So yeah, that crazy right there, guys. Crazy day. That was really what was going on that I was looking at. It was very simple, good plays. Besides that first trade, it was just a little bit of a sloppy entry, but this is why we have stops. All right, so you don't ever want a full pour or going heavy. You always want to make sure you got some buying power left for the next play. And try to be patient and just have conviction in your setups. All right, and your levels. Okay, that's what I do. Guys, I literally, everybody asks me, oh, but how do you know what the market's going to do? I don't know if SPY's going to go up or down. I literally just play based off of the reaction to the levels. The way I've seen SPY move. I dedicated 2 years just staring at SPY for 9 hours a day. So every single day, I never missed a day. I just stared at SPY. So, you get some form of experience, and that allows you to implement that in the day-to-day markets. So I'm not really like a geek with all this. I don't know the right terms. I'm not a professional. I'm just simply sharing with you guys what's how I view the market and what works for me, and how you can use this strategy and just implement it to your trading, or get something from it. That's it. But yeah, guys, this was a good day. And if you guys want to see more recaps, just make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter. It's HunchoNet. And you can DM me, and you can join the Discord. I have a free Discord, guys. I don't sell anything right now. I just sell the vision, okay? I want winners. I just want people to, enjoy, the environment and the community that we're in. And just want a community of winners chasing the same goal, all right? So, guys, I'm going to end it off right here. I'll meet you guys at the next one. And let's get it. Let's keep winning. I'll see you guys soon.